إلى هذه المبادئ التي يقولون بها. ولكن على عكس ذلك العدل التام هذا ما يؤكده القرآن الكريم، حتى مع ألد الأعداء للأمة الإسلامية لابد أن نحكم عليهم بهذا بناء من هذه القاعدة، أي العدل التام. ثم يقول حضرته وذكر آية أخرى وهي اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى، وهذا أحسن دليل كي يؤكد ما قاله حضرته آنفا. ثم قال حضرة أمير المؤمنين إذا فعلا كان هذا هو فهم المشايخ لفرض الشريعة الإسلامية على بعض الدول، فنحن لا نقبل قولهم هذا، ولكن نقبل قول الله سبحانه وتعالى الذي موجود في القرآن الكريم. فهؤلاء المشايخ في الحقيقة لا حجة لهم أمام هذا النص القرآني الصريح الواضح.
Moreover, these people who advocate the strict rule of Islamic law should be attempted to be convinced with some other arguments, which are very sensible and reasonable. First of all, they should be reminded that there is no single concept of Sharia in matters of human rights anywhere in the world. In relation to God, whatever the mullahs dictate their followers, it doesn't make much difference here in the world. Whether somebody's prayers are accepted by God in this way or that way are issues which will be decided after death. Nobody would know here. So let them do whatever they like. Their account will be settled by God. This is what Allah tells them. They think they are doing good, but let them return to us and then we will tell them. So they should wait. But when they dispense the questions of rights and obligations, human rights and obligations in relation to each other, then whatever happens here on earth becomes a human responsibility and a human concern. Everybody in a government is not always belonging to the same faith. In any government of the world, it's hardly, I doubt if there is any single government in the whole world which has its subjects belonging to one single faith. So when people of different faiths live and jointly own a country and enjoy the civil rights of a country, how on earth can you dispense with justice if you try to impose your Sharia upon them? Is this the meaning of justice which the Holy Quran presents? It's impossible. Only one yardstick can be used to dispense with justice. No other yardstick would be permissible. So the government they have in mind is impracticable. It cannot be conceived in real life, because whatever government Sharia, first of all, the concept of Sharia which they have, that would be different from others. So I'm not talking at present of other people belonging to other faiths. Forget it for the time being. People belonging to Islam. They're Shias, they're Sunnis, they're Brelvis, they're Wahhabis. Those who belong to Hanafite jurisprudence. Those who belong to Maliki or Hanbali or Shafi'i jurisprudence. They read the Quran and the Sunnah differently. And the punishments meted out for crimes are different. And sometimes an act seen as a heinous crime by some is considered to be an act of goodness. I don't want to highlight this issue on certain beliefs of the Shiite faith, but everybody knows. And they consider those things as signs of piety of a degree that if you repeat such acts, you will rise to the status of the holiest of the holy. And others look at the same acts as crimes punishable by death, no less than death. They should be beheaded, such people. And some others, no, not death, but 100 lashes, at least, and very severely delivered. Which Sharia will they impose? Where? If they impose a Sharia of Shia faith in Iran and a Sunni faith in Saudi and say Wahhabi faith in Saudi Arabia, in the name of Islam, people will be murdered in one area for the same act for which they will be honored in another. Is this the image of Islam they want to present to the whole world? It is, in fact, what can I say? This is no service to the cause of Islam. It is the worst crime you could commit against the faith of Islam, of presenting it in such a paradoxical situation. So Sharia, in the name of Sharia, no government in the world is authorized to represent a Sharia which has a unanimous concept in the entire world of Islam. But Sharia cannot split. So this means that the differences are man-made. Otherwise, there is no God. It's not just a small issue of emotional relationship with the law of Islam or aversion to the law of Islam. It's not at all that. It's an issue which must be decided in view of the best services one could render to the cause of Islam. If you follow this, then in fact you will have man-made Sharias in the name of God. Because God's Sharia cannot contradict internally every order or command of the Sharia has to be consistent with other orders and commands of the Sharia. The moment there is contradiction, the whole Sharia goes overboard. The very concept of God goes overboard. There can't be any God who would command different things in the same book and diametrically oppose things. This is a challenge which they cannot accept. They have no power to discharge the responsibilities of their claim that we are going to impose the Sharia of Islam. There is no such thing. A single concept of Sharia is no longer left. When you impose a Sharia in the name of God, all you are doing is man-made Sharia. If it is mixed with God-made Sharia, yes, I agree. But parts of it have to be understood, parts of it have to be taken as man-made, otherwise there could not be any contradiction. This is the argument. So man will be ruled by men in the name of God? Who would acquire the authority of God? Mullahs. They will murder people in the name of God, while God would not support that argument which leads to the murder of some innocent people. Because the same God would be saying different things in the country next door in the name of same Islam. So things have gone too far beyond the time of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Islam is no longer an unsplittable single entity. So whatever they may do, they cannot impose Sharia